Elaine here with me on Owl. Currently I'm in downtown Los Angeles and really excited to be catching a Paris Blohm show at Create tonight and to be doing an interview with him. He's actually one of my favorite artists, not only because he makes good music, but he's just overall such a nice, genuine guy that stays true to himself and his art. Today we are here with Paris Blohm. What's going on?
Hello.
We're gonna catch him play a show tonight at Create in Hollywood. So really excited to have him here today.
Thanks for having me.
So how do you feel about your show today?
Trying to work on all the new music that I'm gonna be playing tonight. And you dragged me out over here.
Yes, I know. Thanks for coming out.
No, it's good. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun.
Are you gonna drop some new stuff tonight?
Drop all the new stuff.
First off, we wanted to know a little bit about how you started making music.
Well, I was always interested in making music since I was a kid, because my brother was a guitar player since I was 5, and I always was just a little bit jealous that he was making music and I couldn't make music. So fast forward 10 years later, playing video games for half my life, I picked up a program called FL Studio, and it was so similar to a video game that it was easy for me to jump into and just invest all my time.
Yeah.
So fast forward another 10 years, now I'm here 10 years later making music for a living and enjoying every minute of it.
So when did you know that this is something that you wanted to pursue as a career?
I always wanted to do it for a career, but I didn't know that it would actually happen. You know, when you're chasing the dream, you never really think that it's going to be a reality.
Yeah.
And I think about 3 years ago when I met my manager and he was like, hey, you can quit your job and pursue this full time, that's when it really kicked in.
Yeah.
I realized that it was going to happen.
Yeah. So I mean, I've been following you for the last couple of years now, and you know, I want you to tell us a little bit about your story, what you were doing when you were just barely pursuing the music career. I know you were working different jobs and doing this. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, when you have a passion, I think like no matter what you're doing, you're gonna do it, and like you find time to do it because no matter what, you would be doing it. So me, I had 2 jobs just to pay the bills, and every waking second besides working, I was making music. So I think that it was really important for me to have those jobs and be grounded while pursuing my passion. And once I was able to quit my job and pursue it full time, then it really clicked for me.
Yeah. And so one of your fans, Jessica from Arizona, she wanted to know what part your sister, Chloe, played into this. We see you post about her every now and then.
Well, a while back, my sister passed away in 2011, and after she passed away, I became really, like, I don't know what was the word, secluded. I locked myself in the studio and made sure that I would achieve what I wanted to achieve, because she achieved so much in her short life, and if she could do that, then I felt I could do it myself. So I think it was a big catalyst for me, because it made me realize what was important, the time that you spent on this planet. So make sure that you're giving it all you can, because you don't know what's going to happen.
And so what motivates you or drives you to continue to make music every day?
I think it's because it's the only thing that I know how to do. I'm 25 now, and I've been making music for 10 years straight, and basically every day of my life. And I think you really create some habits from 15 to 25, and this is one of them. Making music every morning. I wake up around 9 and I make music, and when I'm touring, that's like my little vacation. I don't really produce on the road because I like to be in my studio, in my room, and hang out with my cat.
Yes. So what kind of feeling do you want your fans and your audience to feel when listening to your music or when catching one of your shows?
I think for me, what's really important when I'm making music is to capture emotion rather than the party because I think everyone is really, I mean, not everyone, most DJs, they focus on just having a good time, which is totally fine, but for me, like, I didn't start making dance music because of partying. I made dance music because I at least listened to like trance music and it made me feel like something that I never felt before. So I want to bring that back and bring the emotion. So whenever I'm producing, I'm usually focusing on, capturing an emotion or a feeling that you wouldn't really feel in any other songs.
Yeah. And so would you say you have a favorite track or a most meaningful track that you've produced up to date?
I get asked that a lot, and I think I'm so sick of my old songs now that I couldn't honestly answer that.
Yeah.
But on success-wise, I would say Left Behinds and Colors are probably my more popular tracks, and they were definitely fun to make. I like remixing. I really liked working on like Seven Lions remixes and playing Caruso remixes, and it's just fun to take someone else's idea and make it your own.
Yeah.
So it's like you're collabing with someone, but you're not.
Yeah.
You're still doing it yourself, but you have outside input.
And what do you feel like has been your biggest accomplishment up to date?
I would say being able to live off of making music.
Yeah.
That's my biggest accomplishment. But song-wise, like I said, I think Left Behind hitting #1. But it kind of like stuck me into the sound that people want to hear from me, like certain people, and now it's like I'm kind of like pulling away from it a little bit. Just because it's more like that was a really big track, and I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like trying to escape a sound that you're known for while still sounding like that.
Yeah.
It's interesting as a musician to have a big song and then try to not sound like that all the time.
And so one of your fans, Davis from San Francisco, he wants to know what's on the horizon for Paris. What's next?
I think what's next for me is creating even more of a story with my music and being, I have control over the brand and I have control over the art and I have control over everything, and really like create in like a different atmosphere for the listener rather than just music. It's music, art, and visuals, everything together, and creating, like I said, not a party but an experience. If you want to party in that experience, it's totally fine, but I want to create something that like you leave and you're just inspired and visually and audially and everything. Just creating something new and different. That's I think on the horizon for me.
And would you say you've had any like musical influences throughout the years?
Yeah, I would say after this year, after I caught like Eric Prydz. I think he's a great example of someone who is different than everyone else and doing his thing. I think I've always been a big fan of Deadmau5. He's always done his thing. I really like what Porter Robinson did in his change, and I think it was really mature for him to make that step. I like Madeon and anyone who just is different
he's
enough.
Amazing. Caught him at Nocturnal.
Just different enough from everyone else. Because, for me, I go on Beatport because I am a DJ. I don't want to be labeled as a DJ because I was always a producer first. I want to create music before DJing it. But I am a DJ, and when I'm looking for new music, it's so hard for me to find new music now because everyone sounds so similar. I go through song. If I close my eyes, I couldn't tell the difference between any of them.
Yeah.
So I think the people who inspire me, you would hear that song and you know it's them. And, it's just they have their own identity.
Yeah. And so outside of music, who would you say has been your biggest influence in life?
I would have to say like my family and like I said, my sister. I don't know. It's a hard question. I guess it's kind of weird to say that I'm influenced by myself, but I have a lot of my own thoughts that influence me, and like trying to progress as a person, and that inspires me. Like and I'd say those family, my inner thoughts.
Yeah. And what would you say is one of your greatest fears?
Greatest fears? Being 45 and holding on to that old success. Like I want to make sure that what I'm doing is sustainable, and that what I'm making is going to last forever, musically and career-wise.
Yeah.
I think that's a big fear of mine, is making sure that this isn't just a 2 or 3 year success and then you're gone.
Yeah.
But and then probably dying to cancer or something. That's a pretty big one.
It's cancer.
Hey man, you see that in the news all the time. It freaks me out.
Yeah, that would happen. I don't want to know. I just want to die. Like.
Yeah, just kill me in my sleep.
So what kind of advice do you have for somebody out there with a dream that seems maybe a little far-fetched right now?
I think every dream is far-fetched, and everyone is going to think that what you're trying to do is crazy. And for me, I feel like what I did was crazy, and even when I talk to people who have their dreams, I think they're crazy. Like everyone thinks each other crazy, but it's always going to be up to you to make it happen. And that's why it's crazy. It's because it's really up to you. There's no one that's going to be able to make it happen for you. Like it's all up to you, and it's totally possible.
Yeah.
As long as you give it 1,000% and make it happen. So if I had any advice, it'd be to keep going and don't stop. And even today, I get down on myself all the time. Like it's human nature. You have your peaks and you have your valleys, and it's just important that when you're in your valley, to climb right back up to that peak. And just keep going.
And what do you feel like is something that the world can use a little less of or a little more of?
I think it could use with a little less. I'm trying to find the words. I think the world could use a little more individuality and a little more uniqueness, like people really being true to like what they think and what they believe, rather than being attached to other people's thoughts. And people are so I think it would be a little less of being molded by other people. I mean, that's human nature. People like what other people like, and they don't like what other people don't like. And I think it's important that you stay true to what you like, and you are really making your own judgments rather than taking upon other people's judgments.
Yeah. And if there was a legacy that you wanted to leave behind, what would that be?
Not kid-wise. I don't think I want kids.
No?
It scares me, man. Look where this world's going. It's kind of scary. We got all I don't know, but legacy. Make timeless music, I guess, and I think be a good person, so people remember you as just a good person, and you don't have to leave anything behind. Just don't leave anything bad behind. Just be and don't leave trash. Don't be like that person who's leaving something that would hurt this world or hurt people. Leave something that helps people, inspires people.
And any last words for your fans that are watching?
Stay tuned. I have a lot coming. I have a lot of new music, and I'm working away. So if I'm silent, it's because I'm working on music.
Yeah. Okay. All right, everyone. Paris, it's been great following you in the last couple years.
Thank you.
The reason that I have been such a religious follower is not only because I love your music, but just you as a person. I feel like you always put your best foot forward, and you inspire others to follow their dreams. And I don't know, I just feel like the message that you put out there is a really positive one. So I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
So So
Thank you, Neon Owl.
thank you. All right, so that was Paris. I'm really happy to finally catch him today. He's definitely been one of my favorite artists in the last couple years, and one of the reasons why I really love him is not just because of his music, but like I said, him as a person. He's such a genuine guy, and he stays true to himself and his art, and doesn't care about what else is going on right now. So anyways, really excited to catch his show at Create tonight. If you guys want to check out the rest of the interviews, check out www.neonowl.co, or check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Neon Owl Co, or our Periscope, Neon Owl. We really try to connect people through music, passion, and giving back, and change how music media is done. Take away the negativity and bring it back to good vibes, positivity, inspiration, and truly getting to know the artists beyond the industry. So make sure you check us out.